All right. It's been asked for by a couple of people here and there. Made a couple of videos for Facebook probably like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. Just randomly made them, how I was feeling, my thoughts and opinions on things. Um, got some okay feedback. Got some good reviews. People were like, hey, what you have to say, people should hear, things like that. So it's been kind of a long time coming. Here we go. We're going to get into it. Open discussion. It's something that I've been thinking about doing for a long time. I didn't really have the confidence to do it until now anyway. So I figure we'll throw it out there and we'll see what happens. Open discussion. Who, what, when, where, and why. Who? It's going to be me. Depending on how this goes, moving forward, the whole premise is just to get people talking. That's why I want to do a channel called Open Discussion. I want people to talk. I don't feel like people really communicate effectively anymore. And I feel like that's where a lot of issues come up with, well, so-and-so said this and so-and-so said that and whatnot. I obviously only have my opinions on different situations. So depending on where this goes, I may or may not end up having different people in that have more of a knowledge base depending on what topics we're talking about. And that's kind of exciting to me because I'm always excited to learn new things, go new places, explore, and get better understanding on different situations and things like that. So that to me will be really exciting. What are we talking about? Anything and everything. I won't make another video after this if nobody puts in the comments what they want me to talk about. And that could be anything. That could be, I want to talk about Gatorade. I want to talk about, gun control. I want to talk about how to train your dog. I want to talk about anything. I don't care. If it affects your life, that's what I want to talk about. If it doesn't affect your life and it affects other people's lives and it's something that you just want to talk about, great, let's talk about that. When? This is going to be a completely interactive channel. So when is going to be primarily up to the viewers. If you want to see a video once a week, I'll do one once a week. If you want me to do one twice a week, I'll do one twice a week. If you're like, Lance, I hate your face, I don't want to see you more than maybe once a month, awesome. Then that's what we're going to do. We're going to do once a month. Whatever the comments say, I'm going to take the average and I'm going to say, hey, this is the most votes for this. This is what we want to see. Then this is what we're going to do. Now, moving forward, if something changes, if somebody's just constantly, hey, I want to see more and more and more, or hey, I really don't care, like, all right, well, unsubscribe, that's fine. I don't care. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I don't mind being a voice. I hate being a face. So this to me is going to be a little uneasy anyway. But I want people to talk. Where? All over the place. I'm currently in Phoenix. Going to probably do most of my videos here. I'm going to be out in California for the next 6 months starting in April. So if people decide that they like these videos and they want to see more, then I'm not going to stop because I want people to talk. I want people to communicate. I want people to really get out what they're thinking and how they're feeling on different things. But I want it to be civil, and that's a big thing for me. Is if people are in the comments and anybody that knows me knows that I'm vulgar. I'm gonna curse here and there. Disclaimer ahead of time. I'm gonna curse. It is what it is. If you don't like that, sorry. This may not be the channel for you to watch, but most of the time it's only things that I'm really passionate about. So I'll leave that up to you. Viewer discretion, whatever you want to do is up to you. When, where, and why? Why am I doing this? This video, for starters, I really want to focus on communication. A lot of people have not learned how to communicate effectively or used to know how to communicate effectively. Unfortunately, I've seen this a lot. They used to know how to communicate really effectively and really well, and then for whatever reason, whether it be the media that they're watching and plugging into, or the day-to-day people that they interact with, whatever reason, um, people seem to go, it's easier to do this anyway. So why do I care? What difference is it going to make? I'll just communicate their way because it's what kind of works. And I've noticed that people run into situations, and I hear people all the time, well, Lance so and so said this. Well, Lance so and so said that. And I get both sides of the story. And I was always raised with, there's always three sides to a story. There's side A, there's side B, and then there's the truth. So take both sides for what it is, throw it together, and figure that out. And I'm kind of a bad person to come to with he said, she said, because I hate it. He said this. Okay, is that what they said, or is that how you perceived it? And that's a very big thing, is just because somebody that's speaking says this thing, most of the time their intent doesn't match the perception of the person that's hearing it, if that makes sense. So I always like to, if I have to have a serious conversation with somebody, I will listen. First of all, I like to listen. I try first to seek to understand, because I don't think that there's people, like, I know that there's people that just say things and do things to be malicious. I understand that. I typically don't have people like that in my life because I don't need those kind of people in my life. So if I'm going into a situation that I find is more serious or is a needed discussion on whatever topic, I'm going to go in first to seek to understand the other person's opinion. A lot of times people are in conversations with people and it's, okay, I'm listening to you say something just so that when you're done, I can say what I want to say because I want to get my point across. Okay, but is that going to achieve the end goal that you want when the day is done? And it may or may not. I don't know. But is that person likely to have another serious conversation with you if they don't feel as though you genuinely took the time and cared about what they had to say and moved forward accordingly? I mean, if I have a conversation with somebody and I can watch them disregard everything that I'm throwing in, and then they go, okay, next, this is all I wanted to say, I don't care about what you had to say, I'm not very inclined to have another conversation with that person. I'm not going to say that you have to agree with everything that I say, but I'm saying it because I'm trying to get my point across. I'm trying to understand, like, this is my viewpoint, and on the other flip side, like, as soon as they're ready to talk, hey, I am all ears. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to understand where you're coming from. We're all people. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have experienced, even if we've experienced the same thing, we've all perceived it differently. And that's in my opinion, it's a beautiful thing. We should, as humans, we should do that, but we shouldn't just disregard somebody else's opinion because it doesn't necessarily match our own. Like I said, open discussion, I really want people to start talking about things, anything, everything. It can be political, it can be day-to-day, it can be raising kids, it can be tying shoes. I don't care. Whatever you want to talk about, I want to talk about. I want to get people talking. I want to get people communicating. I want to get people to a place where there's levels of understanding instead of just all this hate. There's so much hate in this world right now. And for what? We're all on this planet. We're all whipping around the sun at the same pace. We're all just trying to do our best. If we're all trying to do our best, what is the point of tearing other people down? I will be monitoring very closely in comments. Yes, I want people to talk. I want people to be able to view their opinions. But as soon as I hear somebody or see somebody say, hey, fuck you just because fuck you. No, that's not progressive. That's not trying to understand somebody's viewpoint. That is, you have lost the argument at that point. If you can really sit down, think about what you want to say, think about what you want to convey, read the other comments, things like that, and understand, hey, what is the best possible reason as to why this person would have said that? If you can do that and then formulate your thoughts and put them together in a way that can be understood to the best of your abilities, I'll never hate on that, and I will never block you from commenting. But as soon as you attack somebody personally just because, I won't stand for that. I want people to have educated opinions. I want people to have deep thoughts, and I want them to be able to convey those to other people. This is the whole purpose of this. This video may tank, and this may be the only video that I make, and I'm okay with that. I'm still going to talk to people regardless. I'm still going to, throw out my opinions regardless. That's just how I've always been. Anybody that knows me understands that you're not going to end a conversation with me not knowing how I stand. I'm very black and white on pretty much everything. That being said, I will never say this and that and that and this on a subject that I don't know anything about. I'll be the first person to tell you, I don't know. And I don't know is a completely, in my opinion, great answer because it's not bullshit. I would rather have a hard truth than a soft lie. Don't lie to me. That's it. It's very simple. But don't tell me something that you don't know. I would rather hear, hey, honestly, I don't know. Let me find you the answer. If somebody comments something that is multiple comments, people want to hear about it, and I don't know about the topic, I'm going to do as much research as I can beforehand, and then I'll post a video and be like, hey, this is what I found. This is what people are saying, things like that. And I will formulate my own opinions on that because I understand you can't just look up one subject on one outlook as far as like, oh, I'm going to go to Google, I'm going to go to Safari, I'm going to go to this newscast, I'm going to go to that newscast, whatever. You can't go to one and have an educated opinion because everybody panders to their audience and what their audience wants to see. If you look at, we just had the presidential election, and if you went to CNN and you went to Fox, both of them were reporting the same story, but it was very different. Contextually, how they wanted to make the presidential debate viewed is what they did, is they said, hey, this is how we can word this to make it sound this way. Hey, this is our audience, this is how I can word this to make it sound that way. And it was completely different stories at the end of the day. So I'll do as much research as I can. I will go out of my way. I will take the time, and I will delve into whatever it is that I need to get into to have an educated opinion. And I'm excited because it means I get to learn as well. I'm going to get to learn a lot of things on a lot of topics if this goes the way that I'm hoping that it does. That being said, open discussion. Let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns. I appreciate anybody and everybody that's watching this. And I look forward to trying to make more videos and see where this goes. So God bless anybody that has any questions on anything. Feel free, leave the comments. Let me know what you want to talk about, and we'll get it talked about. Thanks.